Hi, welcome to the Odds Couple Sports Betting Show for a Tuesday, August 16th. I'm Peter Loshak. He's Mike Brenner. And Mike Brenner, we are doing a regular segment where we take a look at the opening lines in Major League Baseball. And I like this segment because look what you did yesterday, right? You took Houston. You got win or lose. You got the great line. You got a great number, minus 138.
That jumped up all the way to 158, Pistol Pete. And I just want to tell the viewers, look for this. We're going to do this throughout the rest of baseball season. We're going to do the overnight line and get that out the night before. So check that out, and then it ties into the next day with our video with all of our picks. So I just want to put it out there because it really makes sense.
You can either jump on a line you think is going to move, or if you think it's going to move the other way, you can wait and comment. It's great. It's a great idea. I like this. I like this. All right,
another angle, Pistol Pete.
There's two games that jump out at us, right? That jumped out at me.
Okay.
Today we both went with Texas and the Cubs. The Cubs in the first game looked like they were up 3-0, but
they're up 3. They got bases loaded, no out in the 8th. So
that's not very good. But okay,
and that's my pick. I hope it. And by the way, I went to the bet box again today and cashed 2 more tickets and put another one on the Cubbies this morning. So.
Well, we got opening lines. You know, the Cubs are a massive favorite, but you know,
is there any way? It's a train.
And then we have Texas, not necessarily a massive favorite, but a huge favorite, minus 200, minus 210 for Texas with Darvish, and Cubs minus 250, minus 260 with Lester against Nelson. You have anything about either of those? You want to jump on either of those?
Well, there's one game I do want to jump on. I'd like to grab Texas on the full game money line, Pistol Pete. Why I think it is still. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not Texas.
No?
Nope, that's too much for my blood.
Okay, yeah.
There's no money lines. I can't play with that.
Minus 205.
Yeah, and a run line, I'll wait and see what happens before and again, we have to see what happens tonight with a lot of games on the board, but there is one I think I would jump on right now, and I would recommend it.
Well, it'll be interesting to see where that line moves, because right now it's minus 205 at Pinnacle with Texas, and I don't think it's going to move a lot, but I suspect it'll move actually a little bit up. I think it's going to move up a little bit, just with Darvish starting. All right, what do you want to bring up?
Well, there's one with J.A. Happ, a guy who's on fire, and right now I grabbed it at minus 146. Now, I don't know if that was Pinnacle or it might have been Heritage.
Well, I think it was Pinnacle, but we're going to have to give you 147.
Okay, because it's been that quick. It's going up. And the reason I'm saying this is Sabathia is going to be on the mound. I think tonight, I really think that, and again, we're doing this the day before, but tonight when these two teams play, I think you're going to see a big difference between these two rosters as far as strength of bats, and I think it's going to carry out tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised at all, Pete, if tomorrow, after tonight's results, if this line is all the way up to 160, 163.
Exactly. Good call there. I would be surprised if it goes down. If it does that sharp action, this has first 5 innings written all over it. So what do you want? You want to go official with Toronto minus 147?
I'm going to go official with Toronto on the 147 on the money line, Pistol.
All right,
yes,
that sounds good. Now we have an interesting game, just so we can just talk about it. Washington at Colorado. Both Strasburg and Gray have gotten hit their last 2 starts.
Strasburg's got a 6.76 ERA his last 3. I mean, I thought I was reading a typo. So, I'm blind as a bat without my reading glasses, but I really thought that was a typo. Pete, I don't know what's going on with him, and that's not the park to figure it out. If you're in a jam and you're going to that park, man, that's got 10-foot pole or 10-foot over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm definitely watching and waiting. We'll see how the game tonight turns out. We'll see where the lines move. But I'm thinking about that one. And then there's
another interesting one with somebody on the mound. I got to stay away from him. David Price on the road. There's a guy who also I think at the end of the day, Boston's got to be saying, maybe under their breath, they got to be saying, we got the raw end of this deal, because they already know this guy is not a threat in the playoffs.
Well, he's not terrible.
He's not terrible. He's serviceable.
He's not an ace.
He's not, but they paid him ace money, Pete. And they expected it. And that's why it frustrates me with these overpaid athletes. It cost us a lot of angles, a lot of edges, and cash and tickets. Fade Price.
All right. Well, Baltimore is a small home underdog. It'll be interesting to see where that moves. Would not at all be surprised if we're sitting here tomorrow morning and it's minus 105 on each side.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I wouldn't be surprised if Baltimore gets
I'm not going to jump on Baltimore, though. There is one home dog that I'm thinking about jumping on now.
Talk to me.
And that's Philly at home against the Dodgers. Now, we mentioned in the Periscope that Philly is the most profitable team in baseball in August. Only 12 games, but still that's notable. And they're a big home dog here against the Dodgers.
And Pete, they were 1 and 2 or number 3 in ROI in the first month or two of the season.
Exactly. It's not the first time this has happened.
This isn't a fluke. This is a team with some deep talent. The farm system.
Kazmir is not terrible, but I think he's David Price-esque, right? He's decent, but not ace level.
Yes.
And then Thompson on the other side is, he's one of these rookies. He had a good record in AAA. He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts, but he's one of these rookies that is worth taking a shot sometimes as a big underdog like this.
I like that breakdown.
You know what? I might pull out of it tomorrow, which is one of the benefits of doing this, right?
We can do this. Yep.
And that'll just be, I'll take the Dodgers on the other side, either at a loss or at a profit.
hedge it. Exactly.
But I will go with Philly here at plus 153
I like
on
it,
the
Pistol
money
Pete.
line.
You've had a really good feel for the Phillies. Seriously, you've had a good read on
absolutely.
them. There was one other thing I had wanted to mention about Oakland, which I forgot when we were talking about Darvish. Here's Oakland once again. Once again, Billy Beanball's failing in the second half. Now, it's a great story for the years that they have done good. But one thing's different this year as years in the past. Even when they started to fail, they would play spoiler. This year, that spoiler role is going to be deceased a little bit because throughout the year, from the third week on, they have been dealing with massive amounts of injuries. So now they're draining their farm club. So, folks, in the next 3 to 4 to 5 weeks, look to maybe fade Oakland in certain spots. I'm going to give it out there, when I feel it. But Billy Beanball this year, it might be spelling profit on the other way.
Yet you are not tempted to, despite all that, in light of all that, you're still not going to take Darvish at minus 205.
Oh, God, no, but I will be probably all over the run line tomorrow.
Right.
You know? And,
well, I mean, the run line's out now.
Matter of fact, what is the run line, Pistol Pete?
I don't want to talk you into anything.
No, you're not, because I don't think it's going to move a bunch.
The Pinnacle line isn't out yet, but we could give you minus 105, actually, at Heritage, which would be similar to the Pinnacle.
You know what, then? I have to take it.
You want to take it?
I'm going to take it, and that's going to be official, Pistol Pete. I'm going to make that official.
Okay, minus.
Now, also tomorrow, I can add to this like a first half and so forth.
Of course, you can add, you can take away.
I like this. I like this show. This is great. We should have been doing this in the beginning of the year. I probably wouldn't have been buried like I was. And now I'm digging out, but by God, I have a lot of dirt on me.
This is the way betting works. Yeah. And then there's one other game that I want to discuss here, which is Houston. Now, you took Houston yesterday with Keuchel and Pfister. Pfister has not been bad. I mean, he hasn't been great every start, but he's been serviceable most of the time.
Every time I think of Pfister, I think of my vacation and your Mallorca trip. All right, I used to fade Pfister, but you had a good read this year. Pete, do you think he has straightened it out, or is he going to be bouncing? He's been a little pinball lately.
He's an okay starting pitcher, and Martinez on the other side has been getting hit a little bit more than Pfister recently, and you have Houston as just a small home favorite. What do you think about that one?
I really think a lot depends on tonight, because I got a feeling it's going to be a battle tonight, and I think it's the kind of game tomorrow. I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair, but I don't have a call on it as of now.
You know what I will do? Again, I might pull out of it yet tomorrow,
and you
I'll take it at minus 110, the Greek line. The Greek line, Houston minus 110.
Pull that trigger, Pistol.
All right, and then there's the Miami-Cincinnati game, which is an under that's interesting to me. But we've discussed them all. All right, I guess we got a review.
We
what
did.
What did you give?
We nailed it. All right, I'm going to give an official pick. It's going to be Texas on the run line with Darvish, minus 105. That's now available at Heritage, and I love that, Pistol Pete. And I'm also doing with J.A. Happ on the mound, Toronto, minus, is it? Yeah, it's
147.
147, that's a full game money line against the Yankees, again, with J.A. Happ on the mound. Those two I have as official. And the other one I'm just thinking is an interesting play. I'm not going to make anything official with it, though, is, I'm losing it here.
What? Darvish, Texas?
The Cubs with Lester, just keep an eye out, but I will get back to that because there's going to be some guys taking some rest tomorrow. I think
Sounds good. And I'm going to take shots as of right now with Houston and Philly as a big home underdog. Mike Brenner, what do you think of that?
Well, I think you have had a good call and a good read on both of those teams this year, Pete, and that's the reason you've been steadying the ship the whole way, and by God, college football's around the corner.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts. Shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.